we have been discussing, about the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Dhyana Yoga, where Krishna tells Arjuna about how difficult it is to manage the mind and how, by sustained effort, slowly the intellect can hold on to the mind, and slowly with continued effort, the abhyasa, this can be achieved. And when Arjuna listens to these conversations, he asks one doubt to Krishna in the 6th chapter. He asks, what happens to the person who, with lot of enthusiasm, starts for the path of yoga, and then in between, gets swayed away by the sense objects or loses the path in between? So because the person has, forsaken things and he has entered into the path of yoga, he has invested into it, and he loses the path, then what happens? Whether such a person not getting the material wealth and neither getting the spiritual position, gets lost in between, whether this kind of a person withers away, like a cloud. In this whole world, I think only you are the person who can answer this question of mine. This kind of question Arjuna asks Krishna, and then the reply is very, very beautiful. You can read towards the last 2 pages, of the 6th chapter, when Krishna tells that, please remember, Arjuna, that anyone who takes even the slightest efforts towards the path of yoga, such a person is never destroyed. Even the person, who has lost his way through his karmas, through his samskaras, such a person is brought back to the path by the memories of his efforts in the past janmas. So if you are practicing in this life, please remember that it is not by chance that you have just come onto the path of yoga. You have been doing these practices and this journey since many, many lives in the past. Here he also tells about a very rare janma. He says that the one common thing is that people who go on the path of yoga, they reach higher lokas, which are not attained usually by materialistic people, and then in those lokas they enjoy subtle bliss, and then they come back into this life and continue their practices of yoga by getting those impressions, those attractions. This is one kind of a journey. Second, he talks about a very rare birth of yoga bhrashta. This is the word that Bhagavad Gita has used. He says that a person who is filled with a lot of dispassion at the time of death and has done a lot of effort of yoga but has lost the path, but still has a lot of dispassion in his heart, such a person gets, rather than going into those higher lokas to enjoy the punya, such a person gets an immediate birth, into the family of enlightened people, and he very quickly regains his past knowledge and continues his journey without a break. But he agrees that such kind of birth is very, very rare. Then he tells Arjuna that in the past, people who have done even ghor karmas, who considered themselves as sinful people, also in one single life have excelled, because they had this determination that I am on the path of yoga and I am going to continue this. And because these people had practiced those things in the past, the memory of having an equanimous mind in the past quickly comes up by a smallest practice of yoga. You would have seen, that some people, they do not practice yoga at all or do not take spiritual path at all, but they do a little bit of entry into this path and suddenly they become very intense. So the journey stops till you enter it. And as you enter, very quickly, the samskaras that are there in your past journey in your soul come up and take you further. So he says that even the most sinful people, because they have this strong determination that I am on the right path, they should be considered as virtuous only because their determination is pure. And then he says, then what about you, Arjuna? You are a great warrior, you have great concentration, and definitely you will be able to excel in this very life. A very beautiful shloka comes, Prayatnadyatmanastu yoga samshuddha kilbishaha अनेक जन्म samsiddha tato yati parangati. It means that one who believes that his sustained practice will never go in waste. Please remember, any moment that you are spending on the journey of yoga, it will never go waste. And then what will happen is those with their sustained practices, samshuddha kilbishaha, who have cleansed their whole system, from the stresses, from the worries, from the sins. This purification means that you develop a habit of the mind to remain in the present moment, alert, pure. Those who have developed this habit continuously with continuous practice of yoga, aneka janma samsiddha, all the efforts done in the past lives come forth as you reach that level. Tato yati parangatim. And therefore, many people have reached that ultimate state by the sustained practice of yoga. So therefore, I request all of you to continue, even though you may feel in between that you have been doing it for long and you got lost in between, and then suddenly this comes in our heart. We feel disheartened. Oh, I couldn't maintain it regularly. I lost it. But then this tendency of, leaving it completely is tamas. Become aware of that. And you will see that the situations will come in your life in such a way that they will once again, there will be hints around you to come to the path of yoga. Never be shy to come back. The journey itself is like that. They say that when the boat sails into the sea, it keeps on catching those bavanders, in water, the whirlpools. It goes around, but always gets on to the track again. So these small whirlpools of life are a part of journey. You forget. Everybody forgets. Greatest of the practitioners of yoga forget in between. But the beauty is that they come back. You keep coming back. And whenever you come back, hold on to it with even more intensity. Do not waste your energy in regretting what has been lost, but be grateful that you have been reminded again, and therefore start the journey again with greater vigor. So thank you very much, all of you, for being with us. I will stop the recording now.